The holidays are all about tradition for our family, and I'm excited to share some of my Thanksgiving traditions with you.
For me, tradition is what carries us to the next generation. It's what helps us remember people that we love that we've lost. So if you have something that you've done with your family or your grandparents, you don't realize it in the moment when they're there, but when they're gone, they become so important because you continue to make the food your grandmother made. You continue to set the table the way your mother did. Food traditions are really the reason that I cook.
Granny's tea cakes are always on my Thanksgiving table because there's such a history going back with my whole family. When my mom and dad first married, they lived in an apartment, and their landlady, her name was Mary, but we called her Mamie. She was family. You know, she became like a grandmother to us, and she made these soft tea cakes that were just unbelievable. So it will forever be on our Thanksgiving table.
When I first went to Oklahoma and made my first Thanksgiving for Garth, it was for like 13 people, including his dad, his cousins, and I'm like, why is my first, and I'd never made the full meal by myself. My mom, who was a school teacher, had a teacher friend who gave her a no base, no bother turkey. This was a turkey that you prepared and put a lid on with some hot water to help with the broth, and steaming the turkey and keeping it moist. Put it in a super hot oven for an hour, turn off the oven, go to bed. Do not open, do not pass go, do not collect $200, do not open the door. And when you get up in the morning, the oven's still hot, the turkey is cooked. And I said, this is the turkey. And he's like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're going to have to make me one. You're going to have to prove it. So he made me cook a stunt turkey a couple of days before because he just couldn't wrap his head around it, and it turned out perfectly and he loved it. And now I just think he wanted double turkey. That's what I think.
For dessert, there's always options. And that's what I like about Thanksgiving too. Dessert is always pies, cakes, cookies. There's always room, right, for something else on the table. So we have pecan pie, we have pumpkin pie, and we have Granny's tea cakes.
Typically, I will put the turkey in at midnight because we usually have our Thanksgiving meal around 1 o'clock. It's like a late lunch, which allows for napping and football in seconds. We love football too. So, but if you ask who's napping, it's Garth. If Garth will come in and say, how can I help? Then I see that he's just asleep somewhere. That's kind of what he does. But that's kind of what Thanksgiving Day is about.
Save yourself a little bit of flour and put it directly onto your countertop. My favorite Thanksgiving disaster really throws my sister Beth under the bus. I had a gig the night before Thanksgiving, and our turkey goes into the oven at midnight. And I took my mom with me. Beth's job, my sister, was to put the turkey in, and at midnight, she puts the turkey in. She thinks she's turned on the oven, and she didn't. And so when my mom and I got home in the wee hours expecting to smell that incredible turkey, we smelled nothing. It's definitely a family story. Beth will never live down. I love you, Beth. Traditions really are important, and it's never too late to start. And that's been really my greatest joy in writing books and doing the cooking show, has been to make sure all of those family recipes are written down, passed down to the next generation. Granny would put a little bit of sugar over the top, a little bit of hard sugar, like heavy sugar, but I am going to do a glaze. And this is just a powdered sugar, and you can use any kind of liquid. You can even use water. You can use milk. I'm using buttermilk. What I love about the way I cook at Thanksgiving, it's about being together. And so I hope you take that spirit into your holiday this season. And I just want to say happy Thanksgiving from my house to yours. Cheers.